this game convention, and I ran into my friend SquarePeg.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. So I have an awesome question for you.
Okay.
I've been told that I'm crazy because I now want to go for a full GameCube set. Yep, that's exactly the look that I get.
All right.
So I just wanted to know if you have any advice or any tips to give me for, going on this journey.
Buying lots, because you'll get more games that way.
Okay.
Honestly, it's not as big of a library as a lot of people make it out to be. So
exactly.
it can be done. Just, shop for deals, which you are insanely skilled at, so that won't be a problem.
Yeah.
But there's really, it's just have fun with it. Like a lot of the problem with the GameCube is there's a lot of really kind of middling sports games on it, but there's so many excellent titles on there as well. Like you've got the X-Men Legends games, which are fun action RPGs. Nintendo's stuff, 1080 snowboarding, Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Party games. There's a lot of really great stuff on there, and it's super fun to collect for.
Nice.
And especially when you find like the actual GameCube cases that have the notch and the area for the memory card.
Exactly.
It's awesome. It's a great feeling.
Yep, all the original, authentic stuff. I'm hoping to find them all complete.
Sure.
Hopefully. So fingers crossed, we'll see. But I do appreciate the tips, and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
All right, we're out here with Game Dad Show. We have a serious question, though. I decided that I'm going for a full GameCube set. Because I recently picked up this awesome display, and I felt like it was time. A lot of people have said don't do it. But what are some awesome recommendations and advice that you would give for that?
Oh, that's definitely horrible advice. Obviously, you have to do it. Spend all of your money.
Okay.
Because you'll need to in order to get them all. But it's okay. You only live once,
Exactly.
I would say I think the most expensive one is Pokemon Box, but it's not even something that's fun. It's an inventory thing. No, it's an inventory system. That's gross. Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
But I mean, besides everyone, it's expensive. But I would say go for games that are harder to get, but don't break the bank. I mean, something that is still expensive would be something like a Billy Hatcher, but that's a really fun game.
Yes.
But honestly, some of the cheaper games, like something like a Disney Skate Adventure game, those are actually surprisingly fun, and who knew that Buzz could do a kickflip? But yeah, I would go for a lot of the games that were common to other systems that ended up actually being cheaper on the GameCube, and in my mind, they actually play a lot better, and it's more comfortable to play in the GameCube controller.
Exactly. And luckily, the ones that you named, like Disney Skate Adventure, I think I already have it.
Nice.
So
did you know there were 2 of them?
I probably don't have it, though.
There's 2 Disney skate games. So, yeah, and they're both really fun. So, I would recommend that.
Perfect. That's what I'll have to do. All right, so I'm thinking about going for a complete GameCube set. So all the games in the library. Complete in box, hopefully.
Complete in box?
Yeah.
Woo!
What are some of your recommendations or advice that you would give for going for a full set?
So it's funny you asked that because I haven't really been collecting intentionally for GameCube. I've been going to different swap meets, and I hate to say this, but I've been looking for swap meets that people look like they're hard up for money.
Oh, okay.
And I've gone in, no, seriously, and I've gone in there and he's had stacks of games, and he's like I've had this Animaniacs one, and I think it's worth $120, and he stacked it with some other ones. I said, I'll give you $200 cash for 4 of them. So I got $600 worth of games of GameCube for $200 cash. And that's the other thing, cash, bring cash. Don't use card. These guys, I'm telling you, when they're hard up for money, they want cash and they want to slip it in their pocket. They don't want to deal with taxes. Sorry, IRS. They don't want to deal with that stuff.
Whole video is going to get flagged now.
No.
But what I heard was bundle and cash.
Seriously though, that's the reality that I've found is if you have cash and you can find some of these guys that are struggling, that's the way to do it. You can get top-notch games, and I'm not even really collecting it. Animaniacs. Why is Animaniacs $120?
Because it's probably the best game ever.
I haven't even played it. I just stuck it on my shelf. Everything's mint condition. I'll have to show you. I'll show you. I'll send you a picture. I even got some too that I guess they did a greatest hits with it with a yellow band at the bottom.
Yeah.
So I've got a few of them that have the yellow band and that are complete identical to the original. So I'll have to send it to you. Yeah, she'll tell you I just waste money. When it comes to GameCube, I win.
All right, so I'm out here. If you want to introduce yourself to everyone.
Well, hello everybody. I'm just a random guy. She abducted me. I don't know why I'm here, but really. My name is Kevin Hicks. I actually run Game On Network and basically interview people. I've had her on the show before and Console Conflict.
Yes. So I have a question because I scored some crazy display that I don't know at this time if I've announced it or not, but I am now going for a full GameCube set.
Ooh.
What are some tips or advice that you're going to give for going for a full, like, complete in-box GameCube set?
That's the one thing that always confuses me, because whenever people say box, I always think of, like, you know, NES or Super Nintendo, but that's fine. It's everybody's prerogative to call
complete
it that.
in case.
That's okay. As being a vendor, the one thing that is always cool to do, always bring doubles. Because there's always times that I'm needing stuff that people are looking for, and they'll be like, I have some games, would you trade books for them? And it's like, yeah, it helps clear out stuff, but also to help restock back stuff in.
Okay.
Some games are okay, but like the Marios and Zeldas, obviously, but it's like GameCube, N64, those are what a lot of people look for. So just have some that you're sure that they would want, and then definitely get stuff that you want in the process.
Perfect. That's great tips. You know, bring doubles, try and trade. That's what I'm hearing here.
Yeah, and it helps the vendors out too, because sometimes we have a hard time restocking stuff, unlike whatever's happened back there. But yeah, it's like it helps everybody else out, and yeah, I'm always needing stuff like that all the time.
Perfect. I appreciate it. So I'm out here with Brandon from Game Junction, and I have a question because I'm crazy and I'm going for a full GameCube set.
Let's hear it.
Yep. So what advice would you give me, or like any tips for trying to go for a full GameCube set in today's time?
So I would say, obviously Pokemon Box is a horrid thing of trying to get.
It's not even a game though.
It's not even a game. So if you don't count it, which I would say don't.
Okay.
But
I will.
You are a gamer, so you're going to.
Yeah.
I would say keep an eye on that now and try to find the best deal that you can possibly find along the way, instead of getting to the end and needing that as the last game and feeling like, oh, I got to complete it. Let's just buy it at whatever I can find it at. Try to find it along the way, early on. Keep an eye on it, keep tabs on it. Look online, because it is sort of uncommon. It does come in the stores, but it's got a hefty price tag. So trying to keep an eye on it along the way, and probably don't go for the big box, but again, you might. So
we'll see.
That's sort of a tip. But yeah, I mean, bundle deals are always good. Trades towards things are always good, but I would keep an eye on that along the way.
Yeah, probably some of like the more expensive games. Don't just wait to the very end, I would assume. And then that way, as you go, hopefully you can kind of knock some of those off. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
Maybe I can end with some of the lesser titles, but we'll see.
Yeah,
so.
That would be my tip for sure.
Perfect. So I'm out here with Millennial Collector Ohio, and I have a question for you. I decided I think I'm going to go for the full GameCube set. What are some like tips and advice that you have?
Oh, that one's absolutely easy.
Yeah.
Do not go for the full set. In 2023, I can't, in good conscience, tell anybody to do that to themselves. I mean, I could be like, let's just, hit yourself in the foot with a hammer, or something even harder. GameCube discs themselves are just so finicky. They're so tiny. I don't know what they were kind of doing when they made them. If you get a scratch, 1 or 2 scratches on them,
even
done.
on top.
You get a top scratch. The disc rot. I mean, there's so much when it comes to disc preservation and things like that. That's so difficult. But when it comes to GameCube, it's at the high top of that list. Games are so freaking expensive. I own just very few games. Eternal Darkness and 1 or 2 Zelda games are kind of the only thing I would do it. But I would say just don't go for the full set. Kind of get what you can for now, and maybe luck into it.
Okay.
But it's really hard to do. It's when you're piecing things together, you'll come across disc after disc after disc that you just have to kind of replace.
So what I'm getting from this is I have to go for extreme quality when I'm getting these discs so that I don't run into some of those issues. And then I have to try and find deals on this stuff. That's what I'm taking from this whole, you're wishing me well on the collecting journey, and that's what I have to take into consideration.
Yeah, the absolute best of luck.
Perfect. I appreciate it.